Okay, I'm going in with this one. It's the Packers versus the Giants. Packers -6. Was 7.5, so we're leaning. The money's coming for the Giants. Total's 45.5, open 46, so it's quite solid around the mid-40s. But the Packers -6. I've already ticked that one, Donnie.
No, and look, I can't blame you on that. What do you get out of the Giants at this point here? I mean, they are getting a little bit healthier, but it seems like the results certainly don't match up. And some of those keys that we also like, when I like taking a football team that was embarrassed a little bit, and it's actually been a little bit of a retread here when you take a look at the Green Bay Packers, got embarrassed against the Chargers, came back in a decent effort against the Carolina Panthers, 24-16, did come down to a goal line stand, but they were able to pull that out, and then they go step up in competition again and play in California, which I guess is the kryptonite for the Green Bay Packers, and they got absolutely destroyed. You're going to get a little bit of a time off this weekend because you're going to step down in competition. You're going to have time to throw the ball for Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have time to run the football. The defense won't be pressed because Danny Dimes, is going to put the ball on the carpet at least 1, 2, maybe 3 times in the game. Probably look at the Giants turnovers. If they had a total over 2.5, I would look towards the over in this football game. Now, the one interesting thing also, we're talking about playing in the Meadowlands with the Green Bay Packers going on the road this weekend. Last week was so topsy-turvy in weather early in the week. This one showing up about 38 to 39 degrees, maybe some rain in the forecast. And as you said, Flash, opening up in that 6.5, 7.5 range if we looked offshore, now staying at 6.5. I think that is a fair price. I'm trying to build a way early in the week to take the over in this football game because I do think the Green Bay Packers are still a little bit susceptible in defense. I think if you come in healthy, because there's still a couple guys with some injuries to worry about on the Giants front, tight end Evan Ingram, and also you have Golden Tate that I believe entered into concussion protocol. We'll see if he clears later in the week, but I think there's some opportunities to score because I do think Green Bay is going to score on this Giants team, and I think 45.5 is a little bit low, but I hasten to take that rate away because I got burned last week on looking at some of these weather conditions that didn't pan out in my direction, but I do lean towards an over in this game early, Flash.
Well, we look at this game, and I think it's all about the Giants' D. Can they stop the free-throwing Packers?
Boy, is that a tough call. I mean, the Packers were so underwhelming against the Niners on Sunday Night Football. It's tough to really think that they're going to come in and just be able to chuck it at will. I would guess that they're going to lean more on their running attack, even though there's a lot of opportunity to be made passing the ball down the field against the Giants. I'm going to stay away from this one because I think this comes down a lot to game state. We've seen when the Packers have gone up against inferior competition this season, they've done a really nice job of scripting a first 15 set of plays that gets them the lead, that makes them competitive in the game. If they're playing from ahead against this Giants team, then they can play a little bit of ball control. They can run the ball a little bit more. They're going to still score some field goals and, probably get to about 20, 24 points. But they may keep Danny Dimes off the field. They may keep keep their defense from getting exposed. If the Giants have a chance to cover this number, and if this is going over the total, I think it's dependent upon the Giants getting a fast start, getting the ball first, getting an early touchdown, and really setting the tone in the game. Because of that uncertainty, I'm probably staying off of this one. But I don't hate laying the points, especially at 6 when we were looking ahead at 7.5, 8 in this spot.
Yeah, I looked at this game and thought, Packers, off the back of that embarrassment, they absolutely got schooled by the 49ers. But there again, the 49ers in the NFC are starting to look like the real deal. I look at the Packers and say, you flat track bullies. Well, who would you like to play? They go into the Giants. Secondary, non-existent. Help yourself. There's the points.